welcome to another exciting edition of Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And today we're going to talk about various things that we sold, various things you can find out there. And as usual, you get to take it away first with the high volume items or the high dollar items, and I just come up with some junk.
I feel like it's been a while, but here
It
we
has
go.
been.
So this was from that Star Wars deal with the 100 tubs of toys.
Oh, yeah. Yep, which we do have a video on.
He had some type of a custom wooden base, but he also had 65 original vintage Star Wars figures on there.
Don't mean to interrupt you. I was looking at the price, and I saw 176, and I'm going, wow, you gave those things away. That would be a little bit higher than $176.
But, they ended up going for almost $1,200 in auction, and can't be happier because I did pull out the better ones, and we listed those separately, the Boba Fett. There was like some Mint Vader, Leia, Luke. So those
now, did they have
separate.
weapons or no?
They did, yep. They all had weapons, yep. And then there's a couple Power of the Force, which were cool. One Death Star gun went for $200. So I probably got $2,000 just out of
that bag, yeah.
That lot there.
And you got 30 bids too. What did you start that at roughly?
Oh, I want to say a couple hundred, 250 maybe, somewhere in there.
See, and that's another thing a lot of people are afraid of because they're afraid on eBay. But if it's something quality, it's going to find its price. Yeah. You know, obviously, if you've got something really obscure, I wouldn't let it find its price.
Right.
But, you know, let's say that I came up with a 5.5 Amazing Fantasy 15 and you didn't want it for some reason. If I listed it at 99 cents, it's not going to sell for $1.25. It's not. There's no worries about that. That will find its price. And,
for sure.
You know, quality will find its price. Now, if you got something obscure, it may not.
All right, here we go. Now, this was from that, I want to say it was a warehouse sports collector's deal there where he had binders of sets and unopened packs and so forth. So this is a 1996-97 Topps factory basketball set, but the gold version with the Kobe Bryant rookie originally sold for $1,000, but the guy was a deadbeat, so we relisted it, sold for $900. And we're still waiting to get paid on this one from a week or two ago. So let's cross our fingers. Hopefully I can get $900 in my account sooner than later. But that's that one. If you ever see it, it's pretty cool. It looks like a gold brick. It's tapered, you know. It's pretty cool. All right.
Now, what would if he pops it open and if the Kobe came back at 10, what would that?
Thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Are they tough to get in high grade?
They're top, so there's not the highest quality. So, you know, a 9, but it's still a 9 might be worth what he paid for the whole set, you know. And it's hard to really get 8s, but you never know, you know.
Right.
You get a little slight ding, and if they're glossy, you know, there could be a lot of variables. So it's still hard to, you know, get a 10.
But better to get the $900 out of it and let somebody else make the money on
it.
If let them take the risk.
For sure, I agree. Yeah. If it was chrome or something where they're thicker, you get a higher percentage of getting a 10 on it. Then it's a different story. All right, here we go. This was from the state deal.
Yes.
Yep. This the Allen and is it Ginter or Ginter, right?
I think it's Ginter.
Allen and Ginter, premium book number 28. This I thought there was some wear on the cover, some slight creasing, but inside pages with the cards on them, they were like phenomenal. It was like I would call them almost near mint. So, but we originally put up for 15. And I thought it would sell for that easily, but it didn't. So we lowered it down to 9, and we had one bid for $900. But very cool. And
see, and that's one of those things that I would be scared to, even though it's very valuable, I'd be scared to put up at $1 because that may not find its price, obviously.
Right. Exactly, yeah. And we had a few other things similar to that did not sell, so now we're going to lower them again and see what the true market is for them right now. Yep. But funny because before this sold, someone asked me about the Jack Dempsey inside, and he said, it doesn't make any sense. You know, he was fighting in the 40s and 50s or something. But then there was 2 Jack Dempsey boxers. One was,
back that
1880s.
Yep.
So food for thought. All right, here we go. This was also from that deal. This was a set with the LeBron rookie in there, and it was perfect timing because he just won the championship.
Oh, right.
So this went for $715. And you get the whole set with the LeBron rookie. There's like 3 different versions, I think. There's the jersey version, the action version, and then there's a gold action version. So I do have a couple other ones, singles, that we're going to get graded by SGC, and hopefully they come back high grades. And a chrome rookie, which could be 5,000 to 10,000 if that's a 9 or a 10.
Nice.
And then this I had sold out of my collection because I'm trying to work on certain graded ones. And so Yoda, no one knows this, but there's actually 3 colored snakes. So the orange is the most common. then there's a brown snake, and then there's a super rare green snake, which I have on a tri-logo.
Oh.
So I purchased that graded from a customer of mine. Then I picked up the brown snake, and I had the original orange snake, but it wasn't graded, and it wasn't as nice as I wanted it to be because I wanted them at 8s or higher. So I ended up buying an 8.5 for around $1,000, and then this one sold I think for $400, but it wasn't graded, and it was probably a 7.5 or something.
Right.
It's in that range there. So, but that's so $400 for that original vintage, and I think that's it for me.
Isn't the last one yours? Oh no, is the last one mine? No, that might be yours.
No.
Oh, you're right. That is mine. Metcalfe County, Kentucky Fair. So I was had the chance to purchase 3 of these, and I was with a friend of mine, Johnny X, and Johnny's going, "You should buy it. You should buy it." And so I went and I bought it, and I didn't pay a lot on the 3 of them. They were all Kentucky horse ribbons kind of deal. They were given out for prizes at fairs and things like that. And right after I bought it, he started laughing at me, going, "You bought that. I can't believe you bought that. I can't believe you bought that." All 3 of them sold, Johnny. So I ended up getting like $60 back on it. So we made some money, and sometimes you got friends that are going to mock you. So maybe I need a better class of friends. I don't know. But kind of neat. And it says outside of what I usually deal in, but it's kind of just a neat little item over there. But you can find them out there. So if you do find the various prize ribbons for the various fairs, I mean, these aren't even all that old either. It's 1960s. So it's kind of neat. Now, part of the thing that could have helped it is they're all horse from Kentucky. Yeah. And Kentucky's well known for horses. So that could have been what it was as well. Now, this one's kind of interesting. The second one of these I had, and the first one I had the stamps in it. This did not have the stamps in it. But the first one I had was missing about the bottom 6th or 8th of the cover. And it went for about the same price. Now, it had the stamps, but it did, again, it was destroyed. And the funny thing, in my day job, took me to talk with the head of the Rochester Area Stamp Collector Society.
Oh, cool.
And I had just sold this a couple of days earlier. So I asked him about it, and he says, "What are you talking about?" So I was able to bring it up and show it to him, and he's like, "None of those stamps are rare. I have no idea at all why anybody would have paid that much for them." He was, you're talking $10 of stamps. He goes, "And I don't think the booklet's all that hard, but maybe it is." So I was able to teach something to the guy that's been collecting stamps forever. So that was nice. And then I was actually at a sale and saw this for a couple of dollars, whatever, down at the bottom of an estate sale. And I said, "I know the sell." So I went and bought it. And it did sell. So cool. It's kind of a neat little cover on it. It's World War II type deal. And what it does is it remembers all of the various countries that were overrun by the Germans. So it's a neat little item over there, something that you might find out there. And again, I don't usually deal in stamps, but I got lucky. It was in a box lot. The first one was in a box lot. Now it's something other that I know to keep my eyes out for, and it does sell. Next thing over there. Oh, the mouth.
Nice.
Martha Ray.
Wow.
I think she had 6 or 7 husbands. I did a little bit of studying on it after I sold this. Didn't go for much, $10 I think it was. But it's kind of a neat little, and actually you see the sold across there. I believe I had 2 of them. And so both of them ended up selling. This one sold here and then one sold earlier. And that's why you see the little sold banner across it. I don't know if you'd ever seen that before or not on a listing. Because I know you don't tend to do the quantity.
When people come in and they want to sell something, and they think it's worth more than it is, I generally go to eBay, sold, and some do pop up. And they may not be mine, but they may be other people.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why. I think if they put up a quantity of them, I think it shows the little sold over here. Yeah. Cool. So, but what a pretty face.
Oh yeah.
Next thing over here, we get out of my comfort zone again. A syringe with 2 needles in plastic case. Becton Dickinson Company. Old, definitely old, but it was in package, and I think I paid $5 for it at an estate sale. And it was outside of what I normally buy, but I was at the estate sale, and as you see, I bought it in 2019. And my wife was with me, and she was looking at something, clothes or whatever it was. So I was just kind of milling around. And then I saw that over there, and I think they wanted $5 on it. And I was like, I don't usually buy it, but geez, I know it's old. It's in box, whatever. So what I did, I was not able to find it. I did use the phone to do some searching, and I was not able to find that company. But what do you think my number one concern was when I saw that for sale?
You can't sell it on eBay.
That was my number one concern. So I went and I did a search, and I said, well, a lot of other people are selling them.
Right.
So I guess you can sell the vintage ones.
Yeah.
And I went and I bought it. And again, it took a year or whatever, but I, made some money off of it. But that's one thing for the phone. You may not necessarily be able to find the exact brand that's up, but if you see a lot of other people selling that kind of item and it's some questionable item, and you say, yeah, a lot of other people are selling it, doesn't necessarily mean you can sell it.
Right.
But at least to give me an idea that, well, other people are doing it. It isn't something that's out and out banned. There's no possible way I can sell it.
Right.
Next thing over here, we're entering into your territory.
Yeah.
Legal instruction, a lot of 55.
Oh, cool.
So, they went for about $1 a piece on them,
Yeah.
kind of deal. But I was actually at a sale, and they had just a big pile. I think they wanted $10 on the whole pile of them,
Yeah.
type deal. So it was just one of those, somebody's going to want them at some point. And it took 2 years to sell, as you saw.
Yeah.
But, I did get the $56 out of it. I made a little bit of money on that over there. Can't argue with that, but kind of, I'm sure you pick up collections all the time that may have individual ones, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, some you could sell for $10-$20, some of the older ones, Star Wars ones for sure,
Yeah. But even if you sit there and you find a couple of them that aren't part of whatever you just bought, throw them off on the side, and you end up building up a lot of them and then be able to sell them as a lot. Next thing, now this is really poor condition, and that's probably the reason why it took forever to sell, but it did sell. But it's really, really neat. That is an old school Donald Duck toy on the cover right over there. That is old school.
Yeah.
Really bad shape on the magazine, but did get $13 out of it. Did take 8 years to sell, mind you. But again, highlighted the Donald Duck toy, all that kind of thing. I probably should have put Disney in there. I probably would put Disney in there now.
Yeah.
But just kind of a neat little item. But again, even a lot of people always want everything in high grade. You can make money selling low grade. Just definitely let people know that some piece is missing. Waviness on top left. So that was a well-loved copy.
Yeah.
But it did sell. Next one over here, I believe this is one of those. That is a great cover. I don't know if you can see what it is or not. It's a wolf with a goose in its mouth.
Oh, that I see the wolf. Okay.
Yeah, the wolf is basically killed the goose.
Okay.
What a wonderful cover to put on there to have people go and buy things.
Sure.
Hey, little Johnny loves geese. Let me buy him this bag. Oh, my God. So, and again, it went for $24, which is kind of cool. Just kind of a neat little magazine there. Just the cover jumped out at me. Well, they're all saying sold, so I guess I was wrong earlier about why that was there. I know I had two of the Martha Ray.
Oh, wow. Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb, tuxedo. Yep, the entire back cover is Ty Cobb. And I didn't know that it was on there. I bought this from, I know we've talked before, I have a gentleman that basically sends me magazines, says, hey, I've got 50 magazines. Here's what I need out of them. And he sends them to me about once a month. I buy from him, sight unseen. And this was in there, and I picked it up to list it. And I turned it over. I said, wow, Ty Cobb in the back. So I did a little bit of research, and I said, they go for $50 to $75. So I put it on up, put the picture up of the back cover, noted any damage that may be on there. But those that don't know, Country Gentleman is a nice big magazine too. So we're probably going to break it off and frame it on up. But something to look for there, that he ended up doing those kind of magazine ads. Next thing over here, Look Magazine.
Wow, okay. Oh.
It's got Norman Rockwell. And this was kind of funny. I put it up. I went searching for it, and I couldn't find anywhere. So I said, well, what do I think it's worth? And I said, I'll put it up for $120, $122.20. Put it up for. And somebody wanted it, and they made me an offer on it while it was still up at auction, because I do take offers at auction. And they made me an offer of $20. That was more or less my reaction on it. It's like, no, I'm not selling it to you for $20. I can't find any in the world to buy right now.
I get stuff like that. And it's just like, why would you sell it for less when the auction's not over with? Like, you feel it's worth a certain price. You want to get that or more. Why would you sell to someone before the rest of the world looks at it? It just doesn't make sense to me.
You see, now if they had made me a $100 offer, I may have taken that, because it'd be like, it's a guaranteed sale, $100. Would I take it on the back end at $100? Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Nobody bought it at auction. So I went and I relisted it into the store, and it sold the next day after it got relisted into the store for the $122. And that's something other that probably a lot of people do not know is a good magazine. So when you do find the pile of Look magazines, and there are none on there. If you look on Terapeak, that will be the only one that shows up.
Wow.
So if you do get lucky and you find one, price it at 200. Who knows? I mean, I've set a market, and now there's a price on it. But by all means, see how much higher we can get it. And then when I go buy my next one, when I find it out there in the wild, and I see you got 250 out of it, I'll be asking 275 on mine because the price keeps going up on it. But it is really nice, though, because it does have the Norman Rockwell in it. And now is the best time to be selling that kind of stuff because it's school desegregation with everything going on in the world. It's pretty popular.
That same guy?
Yep, that came from the Syracuse
That's some
collection.
good
Yep.
stuff.
And then the last thing over here, I did take an offer on it. I bought this. I bought a bunch of pulps at auction years ago, and I got my money back out of the lot. Well, this one was in there, and when I was bidding on them, I did not know that this was in there or how valuable it was. But
Wow.
ended up taking a $500 offer on it. But it's first of a Raymond Chandler thing. He's in about 3 or 4 of them from right there. And the funny thing is, the issues he's not in are about $30 to $40, and then this one I took $500 on. And again, this is one I think somebody made me an offer of $5 on it at one point, and I'm like, no, I'm not taking $5.
You were asking how much?
$946.
And
He offered $5. Yeah,
Nice of him.
yeah, it was nice of him. Free shipping, I would have made almost 40 cents on the deal. So did get $500 out of it. It did take a couple of years to get it. It is a nice pulp. It's one of those that's out there that probably a lot of people don't know that Raymond Chandler is in like 3 or 4 of the different issues on it. And again, all the ones that didn't have him in it sold right away, at $30, $40 a piece. That one obviously, and again, we've talked about in other videos, people have the $30, $40 sitting around. Not a lot of people have $500 to $1,000 sitting around to work on their collection.
Yeah.
At least now it went to a good home. So I'm kind of moving into some upper level magazines there, China.
Yeah, impressive.
I've been watching your videos.
Thanks. Me too.
We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Wanna be